Okay. Hi, I'm Chris Halim, and I'm from Heritage Woods. This is my science fair project. It's a Portman Bridge cable sweeper. And what it's meant to do is replace the current solution of sliding chains down manually on the bridge. This is a motorized solution, so that way it sort of eliminates the potential risk to BC workers. It's taken roughly maybe 120 hours-ish of 3D printing, as 3D printing is a rather long process. I'd love to be able to afford a higher end one, which would really bring down that print time. In terms of learning how to 3D design as well as the physics behind it, it took me a lot longer. It's sort of an ongoing study I've been doing, and yeah, this is my project.
Hi, my name is Angela Yu, and I'm from Heritage Woods Secondary School, and I'm currently a grade 11 student. And my project's on the Mpemba effect, and it is when hot water freezes faster than cold water, but I have experimented with vinegar, which is very similar to water. The three types of vinegar I have tested with was the cold one, as well as the room temperature one as the hot one. And I had 5 trials in total because more trials the better. So my question was, does the Mpemba effect work with vinegar, which has a lower molarity? And my hypothesis was yes. Molarity will have no effect towards the Mpemba effect, and therefore Mpemba effect will work on vinegar. And according to my results, after the 5 trials, it has been proven that my hypothesis is accepted. And this connects to the current world situation of global warming as well as acid rain and air pollution, because global warming results in the temperature rise in raindrops, and vinegar represents the future level of acidity in acid rain. That's it. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Nirvon Shoa. I'm a student right now at Heritage Woods Secondary, and you might have seen my interview earlier, and this was the app that I've created. It's called Mint Browser, and it's a revolutionary, secure mobile web browser.
As a web browser, Mint Browser is designed to put everything on the main screen. For example, swipe from the right, you can jot down notes. This is perfect for the student who wants to take notes at school.
And the best thing with Mint Browser is that they are synced with cryptography, so you don't have to worry about anyone, in a sense, sneaking on you or taking a peek at what you're doing, because it's all confidential and has the best security available. It even has a fingerprint scanner. Bam, that easy. Now this is the incognito mode. You can swipe from here to view your private bookmarks and history. Swipe from here to view your private notes. And guess what? It's all encrypted. It's all safe, and it's all easy to use.
Hi, my name is Danilo, and I'm from Heritage Woods Secondary School, and my project here is on teaching beginners how to code. Now, this project is meant for kids in an elementary school, usually around grade 2 or 3, but it's also meant for older people also, just people in general who are beginners to coding and don't really know where to start. Now, what I did is I researched child psychology, and I discovered that children, when they're shown a very difficult task or something that's very confusing to them or complicated, they're very shut off to the whole idea, and they sometimes just decide not to learn it or go through with it. So what I did is I made a program which has a programming language which is a lot like English. So comparing that to other programming languages which are very complex and difficult, the one that I made, which looks a lot like English and just normal writing, it's very easy to understand and comprehend, and kids can definitely learn it very, very quickly. And I'm sure that one day I can see this project definitely going into the education system, as there's not much for elementary schools to learn about coding and to encourage kids. So my project it's intended to be a foundation or a base of computer science for children and beginners and just anybody looking to get into computer science.
Hi, my name is Chen Shao, and this is Ivan Zhao. And we come from Centennial. Even though it looks like leaves, it's actually a copper. And copper is a kind of metal which has a characteristic reddish color, and it's electroconductor. And our inspiration comes from last year we were doing the international crystal growing competition, and we use a chemical called copper sulfate which will grow the crystal like this.
So in our experiment, we used different conditions like concentration of copper sulfate solution, the shape of zinc metal, the number of zinc metal pieces, wire, magnet marker to alter the formation of copper dendrite. So by altering the formation of copper dendrite and actually to limit or restrict the copper dendrite growth, we can actually apply these factors to battery industry, and battery industry can use it to better the battery's lifespan and like different effectiveness of batteries, because like very recently we just found that metal dendrite is the cause of many battery explosions, and we think by doing that we can have many applications of this experiment, and it will have a very positive effect.
Hello, I'm Winfield Chen, and I'm from Centennial Secondary School. Today, you're going to be looking at some glycerol-based biopolymers. And so the pitch behind this is that I made some new plastic materials out of renewable resources, vegetable oil. And so basically, the whole thing behind vegetable oil is it's a renewable resource, and currently right now, plastics are made from petroleum products, which are not renewable and bad for the environment. So this is what I made here. This material here, it doesn't look too fancy, but it's quite a wonder material. One side of it is not sticky. It's kind of, it's got a lot of air pockets in it. It's foamy, it's squishy. You'll like to touch it. The other side is sticky. It's adhesive. It's just like tape or glue, and this is an application of it. And so what I can do is I can just stick this right onto my poster board, like so. And it'll stay on the poster board because it's adhesive. And so this new plastic from vegetable oil is actually derived from something called glycerol, which right now is a waste product of biodiesel production. People just throw it away. And so what's so neat about this is we're taking these waste products and we're making cool things out of it. New plastics, you can make plastic bags, adhesives, medical applications, so much potential in this.
My name is Bardia.
I'm Jasper. We're from Port Moody Secondary.
Our project shows the electrolytes in different drinks by measuring the current in order to find out which drinks have the most electrolytes. So sport drinks always advertise that they have the most electrolytes and that they are the best for replenishing your body. But our experiment contradicts that claim because we found out that coconut water actually has more electrolytes than sport drinks such as Gatorade. Jasper will explain why electrolytes are important to performance.
So basically, electrolytes are important for athletes because electrolytes, they're different salts and chemicals that have an electric charge. When you exercise, you lose electrolytes, and you need to get the electrolytes back. If you don't, your muscles will get cramped, and you'll also like pull your muscles too.
So both me and Jasper play basketball on our school team, and our coach always insists that we bring Gatorade with us so that we can replenish our electrolytes during games. But now we found out coconut water is actually better than Gatorade in terms of electrolytes. We can tell our coach maybe that me and Jasper can bring coconut water instead.
I'm Iris from Port Moody Secondary.
And I'm Albert, and I'm also from Port Moody Secondary School. And so in our project, we chose to do our experiment on acid rain. So we measured the effect of acid rain on the health of plants. And we conducted this through 2 experiments. And in both experiments, we found that acid rain severely damages our plants. And in both experiments, our plants with acid rain, which we modified with vinegar, both died after only 2 to 5 days. In our second experiment, we used moss, and we added different levels of vinegar, and in here we found that those with more vinegar had significantly died, and the moss itself has dried, and it's very easy to pull apart, whereas those with normal water is very strong and sturdy. And so through this experiment, we wanted to raise awareness of how severe acid rain and how negative it is to our environment, and so we hope that through conducting this experiment, many people will be more aware of our experiment, and we hope that we will reduce acid rain through not driving and reducing acid rain.
We want to make sure that everybody recycles, reduces, and reuses. And we want to make sure that people know that driving also affects our environment. We want to reduce the amount of fuel that we burn.
Hi, I'm Maddy from Port Moody Secondary School.
And I'm Rebecca, and I'm also from Port Moody Secondary School. So basically, with this winter, we noticed that there was a lot of snow and ice, and with snow and ice comes a lot of salt on the roads. And when the snow leaves, the rain comes, and it washes away the salt into our ecosystems. So really what we wanted to do was we just wanted to test the effects of salt on our ecosystems and on native plants.
So what we did to begin is we bought 6 plants and separated them into 3 groups. They all got water every other day, the same amount of water. With this group, we added no salt to their water source. With the second group, we added 5 milliliters, and the third group 10 milliliters, to test how different amounts of salt affected different plants. Within 2 days, the group with the most amount of salt died. Within 5 days, the group with the minimal amount of salt died, and the group with no salt showed signs of growing. This is because in rock salt there's sodium and chlorine, both which have negative effects on plants. The sodium, it blocks the nutrient roots, so it blocks magnesium and potassium, which are in charge for producing chlorophyll, so the plant could not grow.
And really with this project, we just wanted to make it significant and relevant to our communities. So for example, we went to the Port Moody Works Yard and we asked them for their road salt that they use on our roads and our streets, and we used that in our experiment on these plants. And then we collected local rainwater and we collected soil, and obviously we researched native plants of BC just to make sure that it was relevant. And we think this is really important for our community, not only for plants, but if rock salt has this much of an effect on our plants, we think that obviously it needs to be researched more on animals. For example, I was talking to a man who runs a hatchery, and he thinks that it's negatively affecting his fish. So really with this project, we just want to point out its problems and how it harms our ecosystems.
We also think our project is significant because for areas who receive a lot of snow, say Winnipeg or up north, with a lot of snow, once again, comes salt. They must put a lot of salt into their streets, which gets washed away into their forests.
So hi, my name is Anita, and my project is about acids and bases. So acids are mostly sour, but not all of them are actually edible. For bases, most of them are bitter, but not all of them are edible. So here, I put 2 warning signs just for you to see that you shouldn't eat every single one or touch them or smell them because they could be dangerous, harmful, poisonous, or even deadly. So this is a pH scale. It's also called potential hydrogen. So it's between 0 and 14, and you can see that 7 is neutral. So I took some basic ingredients that we sort of seen into our whole life, like milk, orange juice, vinegar, lemon juice, and battery acid. So we took the extract by boiling it and putting a little water in it and just taking it. Here, it says bases from hydroxide ions and water. So it's OH minus. But then we want, if OH minus wants to take H plus and H plus wants to take OH minus. When they're together, they make H2O and the H2O evaporates. So right now, if we put them together, you can see little bubbles, but it doesn't make a lot.
Okay, my name's Brogan.
And my name's Monica, and we're with Port Moody Secondary School. So for our project, we wanted to find out why certain fruits, such as apples and pears, oxidize, and what would be the best way to prevent that. We learned that when you cut an apple in half, certain enzymes are released, which then mix with the phenolic compounds to produce another chemical that turns brown when it reacts with oxygen. This is almost like a rust on the outside of the apple. So we originally thought that lemon juice would work the best because it's very high in citric acid, which is a natural antioxidant in fruits such as oranges, but our results did not show that.
So for our experiment, we took a part water and part antioxidants such as salt or ginger ale, and we left the apple slice sitting in the ginger ale or mixture for 3 hours, and we found that salt and ginger ale worked the best. Although salt looked more edible, it changed the taste a lot, and when we tried the ginger ale, it still tasted fresh, like it had just been cut, even though it was 3 hours later. For our hypothesis, we thought lemon mixture would work the best because it's so high in acidity, but when we mixed it with the water, it diluted it so much that it was one of the least effective antioxidants.
I'm Hoomehr. I'm from Port Moody Secondary School, and my project is the thermoelectric toothbrush. This is a toothbrush that can reduce pollution, that could improve an average person's health, and it's actually very beneficial. It reduces the risk of cancer, gum disease, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Also, the United States alone produces up to 1 billion toothbrushes per year, which go to waste, and that's a lot of plastic that takes to decompose. However, the thermoelectric toothbrush is a more eco-friendly version. So this basically means that the thermoelectric toothbrush uses a Peltier tile. So when one side of the tile is heated and one side is cooled, it produces up to 12 volts of energy, unlike batteries, which only produce 1.5. So this is way more efficient, considering you don't have to buy new batteries all the time. All you have to do is hold the toothbrush, and any human produces about 100 watts of energy. So the heat from your palm would power the toothbrush, and that's it.
Hi, my name is Joshua.
And I'm Neo.
For our project, we are experimenting on beverages and the tooth. Our research question was, what effects does sugar have on tooth decay? Our hypothesis was that if there is more sugar on the tooth, then there is a faster growth of tooth decay.
So we decided to test out for 2 weeks what would happen to the teeth as they were exposed to the beverages. So we got 3 bleached teeth from all different sources, and we tested it out for 2 weeks. And this is what happened. We think that sugar and acid contents within the beverages were the main cause for what you see here. What we used, tooth 1 was exposed to hazelnut coffee. Tooth 2 was exposed to Osis premium juice from no concentrate and with pulp. And this was exposed to Coca-Cola. And what we learned from this experiment is that don't drink too much Coca-Cola, brush your teeth and floss, and also just be careful with what you drink, because anything that you consume can affect your teeth one way or another.
Hi, my name is Hoomehr, and I'm from Pinetree Secondary. So this is an electromagnetic wave alarm. It's an invention of Maddy. It's pretty much just an alarm that works in a unique way. So how it works is that, when I turn this on, light from the laser bounces from that mirror to this mirror to that mirror and then to the sensor. And what it does is that it detects change in light. So as long as the light from the laser is on the sensor, nothing happens. But when the light is cut or blocked, the sensor receives it, and the buzzer turns on. So that's the alarm part of it. If I cut the beam, you hear a buzzing sound. I could turn it on. And right now, if I walk here, this is supposed to be representing the room. If I walk here, this will turn on. This turns on. That's the alarm. And then I could remove the key here to stop it from working, or use this remote to turn it off.
Not everyone received an award today, but everyone put in some wonderful work, and we appreciate you being part of the expo. Another round of applause for people at the front. Thanks for watching. Thanks also to all the people who have supported the Science Expo. That's kids, that's parents, all the people here at the library who helped to make it a success. That includes the support of our administration, including our library executive director, Todd Ganisios, and all the people outside as well. We've had wonderful support from Douglas College with Brian Chappell, and all the judges that he's brought in from Douglas College who have seen to it that the projects in the Science Expo are judged very professionally. We've had wonderful support from the school district as well, especially through a contact named Devin Ross. Devin's been a huge help in us getting this Science Expo up and on its feet, both last year and this year, and in spreading the word to all the people who might want to know about it, so we get lots of people coming to get involved. Thank you. We will be running another Science Expo next year. It'll be our 3rd annual, so look for information about that. If you'd like, you can look on our website at www.coqlibrary.ca. We'll also have posters inside the library. We'll be tweeting out information about it, so become a Twitter follower if you want to. Once you find information about it, please come out and check us out on the day of the Science Expo. We're always excited to have people visit.